Okay, we're talking about the positive effects of gratitude. If you can get gratitude in your life, you can change everything. How is it we can do some amazing and sometimes unexplainable things, like heal our own bodies by the power of our thoughts? Mother's intuition, the law of attraction. Can we really tap into our subconscious mind? Can we really create our own realities? It begs the question, are we novice gods? Okay, I'm here with Tiffany Fletcher. This is part two kind of the interview. So if you missed her interview yesterday, make sure you check that out. She talks about overcoming negative thoughts. She's got great ideas for you. Today we're going to talk about the positive effects of gratitude. So just kind of first, before we jump into that, let me introduce you by having you introduce yourself. How's that? You're on the spot.
Perfect. My name is Tiffany Fletcher. I am a homeschooling mother of 5, one of my greatest callings in the world. But I feel that it is my great mission in life to spread light and to help people overcome hard things and to just bring hope to the world. And so that's what I do. Is I speak and I write and I try to make that happen to bring light to the world for others.
Awesome. I love that. I love that you have a mission, a purpose that drives you in everything that you do. So we're talking today about gratitude. I love gratitude. Gratitude is a life-changing skill. And if you look at it like a skill, it changes everything too. But so tell me what you know about gratitude. What even is gratitude?
Gratitude for me is just recognizing the things that I have that bring me joy. It's recognizing those blessings in life rather than like everything else that goes wrong. Mm-hmm. It's just being able to see the good in things and be able to find that and be thankful for it and send up praises to God for it and just show that gratitude and that grateful heart.
I love that. When I learned about all this stuff, anyway, I wrote a book and it's on happiness, and a lot of it is on gratitude. And I like the definition of gratitude and it so ties in with exactly what you said, Tiffany, is that gratitude is recognizing you are the recipient of deliberate kindness. I like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like this exchange of love that is really needed and helpful. And when you have that, when you feel that, I mean, it helps everyone feel better. So anyway, I love that what you can do with gratitude in your life. So I'm going to turn it back over to you. What are some benefits to gratitude?
For me, the benefits of gratitude are huge because instead of spiraling down to a void of nothingness with my thoughts, if I can center them on gratitude, it changes my day. It changes my life. It changes everything. It changes how I approach my kids. It changes how I approach my Facebook posts. It changes everything for you. When you realize that you have so much, it makes what you have enough, I think.
Oh, that's cool. That's really beautiful. Now, have you had times when you've really had to reach deep to find gratitude, or that gratitude's pulled you out of some dark places?
Oh, absolutely. So if you tuned in yesterday, I shared kind of my experience with growing up with a mother who had multiple personalities, including a violent alter. And I shared about how a lot of times I would go into my room and put my back up against the door and put to keep my mom and her violent alter from coming in. And not only did I sing songs to help bring me in a happy heart, but I also played what I call the glad game. Have you ever watched Pollyanna? Have you ever seen Pollyanna before? If you haven't, go watch it.
It's been a
fabulous.
long time.
So when I was a little girl, I watched that show, and I saw how this girl came into this community that was just angry and unhappy people, and through her gratitude and her glad game, she was able to change the entire community. And I thought, you know what, this girl's got something. And so I started playing the glad game, and I have done it my whole life, and I've taught it to my children, because when I can recognize what I'm glad for, it changes my life. It really does. And it really does. That glad game is just recognizing the blessings that you have in your life and something that you can be glad for, and showing that gratitude and saying, you know what, I am glad that I have a home to live in. I am glad that I have a family who loves me. And as you start playing that glad game. It sounds so simple, and so silly too. I'm sure it sounds very childish, but do you know what? As an adult, if you try that, the simplicity of it will change your day. Just try it for one day and see if it makes a difference.
Yeah. And I know it sounds silly, and I know it sounds stupid, and I'm totally there with you. When I first learned about this stuff, my life was totally unraveling. In fact, I kind of got let go from a job that I'd had for a dozen years because I had been so angry and just had these violent outbursts. It's funny to think of now. But, I mean, my life was just in the toilet. And anyway, I learned about the science of positive psychology. I learned that it absolutely matters what you focus on. I learned that gratitude was a huge part of it. And as I was reading all of this science, and so many people talked about if you keep a gratitude journal, how effective that is. And I was like, whatever, like that's going to make that big of a difference. And so even though I read all these studies that show how effective and how helpful that is, I didn't do it. I told myself I would just, say more gratitude in my prayers at night. And I didn't do that either. I just went back to my old ways of thinking. But anyway, after 2 weeks, I decided to start writing them down. Oh my gosh, it changes your life. Within another week, just one more week later, suddenly I felt gratitude for the first time in my life because I had this experience where I recognized this person that showed me kindness that I totally didn't deserve. In fact, I really didn't deserve it. But he showed me this kindness, and all of a sudden, I felt this happiness that I'd never felt before. And it all started because I was becoming more conscious and writing each day. For me, my glad game was writing 3 fortunate things that happened to you that day. And, it's so simple. Mm-hmm. And it's so simple that we think it's not going to work. But if you try it and you give yourself time to be really consistent with it, you'll train your mind to focus on when you have that exchange of love, when good things are happening to you.
Right. As we talked yesterday, what you seek for, you will find. And so if you seek out those things of gratitude that you're grateful for, you will find more things. It's amazing how it works. Like if that's what you're looking for, that is absolutely what you will find. And you will realize that when you start putting out those positive, glad vibes, that positive, glad things will come back to you. And it really is a cycle that you get yourself in. You can get yourself into a cycle of negativity, or you could get yourself in a cycle of positivity and gratitude. And once you start that cycle, oh man, it makes miracles happen in your life once you recognize that and train your brain.
Yep. And you can't be grateful and unhappy at the same time. Isn't that amazing? Mm-hmm. So if you then have the opportunity to spark your own gratitude, to boost your gratitude levels, you can be as happy as you want to be, as you're willing to be, really.
Really, it is a choice. It is absolutely a choice, and you have to choose it. And you have to choose it more than once. You can't just say, okay, for the rest of my life, I'm going to be glad and grateful. It doesn't work that way. It has to be a conscious choice every single time. And then I've noticed that once you make it a choice, that after a while, it just really does become a habit. And then you're just seeing all the good all the time. And the negative really doesn't affect you. It rolls off your back like it does the water off a duck's back, right? It's no longer affecting you because you can even see the good in the bad, which is huge for a lot of us to be able to see the good even in the trial and the circumstances that we're in.
I like to look at it as a skill. And as with any skill, whether it's playing the piano or the violin or dribbling a basketball between your legs, the more you practice, the better you get at it and the easier it becomes. And so really, playing the glad game, writing in a gratitude journal, whatever you want to do to consistently look for the brighter side of life, you'll have gratitude as a skill and happiness really as a skill.
Absolutely. And it will change your life.
So anyway, I hope this helps you as you think about the possibilities that are within you. Whatever identity that you have for yourself, whoever you see yourself, if you look at yourself and say, oh, I'm divorced, or I'm fat, or, I'm lazy, or, whatever identity you've given yourself, really you have so much more potential, so much more possibility. And throughout this series, we're looking at that. We want to find out all the things that we can actually do and how we can live these limitless lives. So I hope this gives you some ideas on how to use gratitude as a skill to better your life. And I hope you tune in for more episodes. Make sure you hit subscribe so that we can share more ideas with you on how you can just live an abundant, full life as the best version of yourself. What do you think? You've heard our thoughts? Now let's hear yours. In the comment section below, share what impressions came to your mind. What did you get out of this? If you have had thoughts to take action, please do so. Always listen to your inner voice. It's your ultimate guidance system. Of course, the best place to take action is at scottwilhite.com, because if you join me for a free web class, I will reward you by sending you my purpose planner so you can have a physical guide to help you get in touch with your inner guide. What if you are a God in the making? That would mean there's purpose to your life, meaning to your challenges. You have a great work to do. May you have the courage, faith, and power to become who you were truly meant to be. See you next time.